Get ready for a fucking rant. Oh my god, I'm just like so fucking done with this. Uh, I've been reading a fan fiction again. The original is called Silentium, which was finished in around 2009 and then taken off and then reposted pretty recently, like within the last few months. And I remember it. I wrote a poem about the main character, and the author like favorited it and said it was awesome. I'm like, ah. Anyway, back to that. I reread that. There's no and the sequel. There's a sequel which was finished, so I fucking read that, which is Quinatus or something. They're all Latin terms. Anyway, I was on chapter 11 of 15 because I like long fan fictions. Don't even get me started about the the other one I was reading before that had like it was literally like a book this thick. It was 50,000 words apart, and there was at least three parts. So it was over 100,000 words. It was ridiculous, and I'm like, sweet Jesus, don't let it end. Fuck, I need a life. Anyway, I was reading this, and then the main character in the first story was heavily abused by a tutor from the high school when he was in eighth grade, and then the story follows the freshman year after because it happened during the summer, and then like on the back there's like huge scars that have the title, Silentium, the title of the thing, which is Latin for silence. It has huge knives, like it's like scarred tissue because it was like done with a knife and shit. So that's heavily scarred back and was like raped and molested and all that not so fun stuff. It's like an episode of Law and Order fucking SVU, and it was beautiful. It was beautifully written. I love her, the author. Uh, she's like Viv now. I love her, and I read it and it was beautiful, and couple gets together and the guy and the chick go to jail, and that's all fine and dandy, and it's all kind of first person, so you're getting his thoughts and his feelings and all that. It's very moving. The second one takes place during the summer and second year of high school, and well, it is a doozy because it's really amping up now that the the guy's in jail. There's not that fear factor that's right there, so now he's kind of going wild and crazy with his emotions and finally starting to attempt to deal with what happened to him and not very successfully. He becomes super depressed and starts to alienate himself from his family and friends, and then starts that little voice in the side air in the back of his head is like, will they be better off without you? And then he tries to kill himself by he like cut himself with scissors. He's like sitting on the roof, and all his friends and the boyfriend are all on there saying don't jump out and all that. And then he fucking jumps, and then he's like, the last thing, my last thought before I hit the ground is my roof isn't tall enough to kill me, and that's just so fucking depressing. That that's fucking terrible. And wakes up in the hospital and starts to get physically better, but his mother's a workaholic and she's a single mom, and it's just her and the three kids, and she is like never there, and she's trying to get him a psychiatrist and trying to get him help, but she's like super busy, and you know the trying to support three kids, and then he thinks that she just doesn't care, and that's why she's always gone and at work and stuff. He's like 16 and a moron, like every 16-year-old, and hurting, and it's just awful. And he starts losing friends and pushing people away, and then he's like constantly watched by the boyfriend, the boyfriend's brother, his sister, and all of their friends, and it's just so depressing. And this bitch, okay, this pissed me off so much, and I shouldn't get pissed off at a fucking story, but I hated this character so much. It was the anatomy teacher, which is the only class that the boyfriend and have together. Most of the other classes is with the best friend, the female best friend of the boyfriend. Um, and oh my, this I'm gonna read you pretty much word for word what the bitch said. Okay, he tries to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, no, don't fucking let him go to the bathroom. Don't let, because he's thinking of trying to like cut again because he's really not getting better at this point in the story, and he hasn't seen a psychiatrist yet. And then this is like, this is, do you have a problem with me? Because if you do, you might as well excuse me from class. I don't need to sit here and watch you judge me because you're like every other fucking person in this godforsaken school. That's what he says. And then this is what this bitch says, and this pissed me off to no end. I will not tolerate such inappropriate language in my classroom. And then she goes fucking further, and this is just what pisses me off. I will not excuse you from class just so you can run off to the bathroom and cut yourself to death. I will not enable such a heinous, disgusting act to take place during school hours. If you so desire to mutilate your body, do it in your own home on your own time. And might I suggest the next time you feel the inclination to get attention that you should pick a hobby that is less self-destructive. Not only would you gain respect from your fellow peers, but you might also gain a few more friends than the ones you currently have. Now, if you don't mind, sit there and be silent. And I'm just sitting here like, this fucking bitch doesn't even know half the fucking story. And no one really says anything. And the boyfriend there is like trying to comfort, and that one of the friends is in front and is looking like staring daggers at the teacher, but none of the people around in the class say any fucking thing. And if that was me, like in the fucking classroom there, I called teachers out before. One of my teachers had like made a somewhat harmless joke, or they thought was harmless, to one of my fellow classmates. I don't remember what it fucking was, but I fucking called her out on it. I'm like, said something like, well, that was rude or something, and she fucking apologized to the kid. Texted me. I'm like, high five myself. And I if you're saying something that's that idiotic or that insensitive, I will fucking call you out on it. Because I'm an insensitive asshole. But there's something I will not fucking push, and I will not do that. I will not say that to someone's face. That is ridiculous. That is a ridiculous piece of bullshit, and I will not stand for it. And this is fucking characters in a fucking fan fiction, and I'm getting all high and fucking mighty, but I fucking had a friend who committed suicide, and that shit doesn't fly with me. I mean, I will, joke about pretty much anything. That is the one thing I draw the line. Draw the line. No, that's not fucking okay. And this bitch, oh my god, I'm like sitting here. Okay, I had like a response, and I was like, I said this audibly too, like out fucking loud. After I read that, I'm like, what the fuck is this bitch's problem? Who the hell does she think she fucking is? I mean, literally, I'm like ranting right now on the computer. This is literally what I've been doing for the past like hour. I didn't like even move on from this chapter until I've been like fucking ranting. It was ridiculous. This is ridiculous bullshit, and I am so sick of this. And I just like play scenarios in my head like if I was there, but I'm not because this isn't real. But it could be real, and that's the problem. This kind of bullshit, fucking. This is the reason people don't fucking get better and continue to try to kill themselves is because of ignorant attitudes like this. And you don't say that kind of shit, especially when you don't know the situation and barely know the person. I mean, this bitch is known for like all of what, a few days tops, and only in the classroom. You don't fucking know the situation or the story or anything. If you see that kind of behavior, it's okay for her to deny him going to the bathroom. That's fear for his safety, and that I can understand. Okay, that I'm fine with. She should have denied him. That's what I fucking would have done. But you don't continue on with that shit and are demeaning and so judgmental about it. I mean, there's a reason people try to commit suicide, and it's never a nice reason. It's not, well, I'm bored today, I'll try to kill myself. No, it's because they're hurting and in pain, and that's not okay to just smack. It's like if someone is stabbed and then you just like stick your finger in and keep twisting like, ooh, feel better. Just, maybe salt your finger while you do it, just to be a fucking asshole. Okay? That was my fucking rant. And oh my god, I'm just so fucking pissed. I was literally in here ranting for a fucking hour. It's like fucking midnight. It's almost 1 fucking a.m. and I think it's the black hair. I really think it does. It's made me so much more angry and judgmental. And I'm tired of this bullshit. This is some ridiculous shit. And you guys don't agree with me? Well, you guys can fuck off. Because that is not my problem. So sad. So sad. It ends happy though. He doesn't kill himself. And he starts to get better and doesn't, flinch when he gets touched. Or they try to hold hands and he flinches the first time, and that's just some sad shit. That you're that damaged and you had to go through all of that just holding hands causes you to flinch. And that's not okay. It's really not okay that someone has to go through that. God, look at me. I should really stop talking now. This is like a fucking 13-minute long video, and I've just been here ranting. So, those of you who made it through this video, you guys are awesome. I can't believe you made it through 13 minutes of me ranting about this shit. Okay, peace out. Feel free to comment below about your opinions or what you would do or some shit. Okay, bye.